Hello, Midnight Crew. I'm live eating. Y'all see that caption? Y'all see it? We're gonna get into it. First, I want to say a big congratulations to all the people who won Oscars last night, all the nominees and stuff like that. Congratulations to all of y'all. I didn't watch the Oscars, honey. I woke up to nothing but beeping news about what happened at the Oscars. And y'all read my caption, right? It said Will Smith slapping Chris Rock. Now, I had to go back and watch the clipping, y'all, because kind of camera position my camera. I had to go back and watch the clip because, like I said, I didn't watch the Oscars, so I don't know. But after I watched that clip, y'all, of him slapping that man like that, I'm just like, oh my God. And you know what? What's so bad about it is I don't think Chris Rock was being malicious, or I don't think his intent was to offend nobody. And as far as I'm concerned, he didn't say anything offensive. He didn't even mention Jada's name. He said he can't wait for G.I. Jane to come out. So I'm trying to figure out. And then Will Smith laughed. If you watch the clip, when he were going down talking about Denzel first, and then he went to the other couple, then he got on Will Smith. Will Smith laughed at his joke. So I find it quite awkward that in seconds after you laughing at the joke, you then find yourself going up there to basically give Chris Rock an open hand slap, or you can consider that an open hand punch. Was not too bright. That wasn't too bright of you, fool. Now you got to be wondering about a lawsuit because the moment you did that on national TV to that man, I bet the only thing and the reason why he stayed so calm and collective is because he was thinking in his head, "Well, you didn't fuck up now." Because the only thing he was thinking is, I know this man didn't assault me. And you can look at his face and tell that he was so surprised to see that he smacked him. Because again, he laughed. He laughed at the fucking joke himself. He laughed at the joke. So then you find it offensive because your wife didn't like it because you see her facial expression and she didn't seem to like the joke. But Will Smith laughed at the joke. So to recoup yourself from being in a doghouse, you go up there and think that it's okay to slap people. See, what I feel like is what's going on is, did you slap anybody else in that place that laughed at it? Because I mean, you and your wife, marital problems, it's been the laughing stock of the public. You know what I'm saying? He didn't really mention her name. He said Jane, G.I. Jane. It was a G.I. Jane joke. Her ain't her name Jada? You know, that's wrong. And I know a lot of people feel like he was right for that. And a lot of people feel like he was wrong. And I'm one of them people that feel like he was wrong for it. It was not caused for, it was really uncaused for. You could have did the first, and he could have took the approach he took after he slapped him if he really felt offended. He could have just yelled out where you were sitting in your seat, while you were in your seat, keep my wife's name out your mouth. You could have did that approach the first time. You didn't have to put your hands on them. And now that you put your hands on them, you better be worried about a lawsuit, because I'm sure that that's what Chris Rock was thinking the moment you did that. You humiliated him and live on TV in front of the whole world. Humiliated that man with an open slap, an open hand slap. That was uncalled for because his joke wasn't offensive. And then you guys know that he's not doing anything other than his job. He is a certified comedian. So you never know what you get out of these comedians' mouth. You know, when you're at a comedian concert, you never know what that's their natural thing to do. They're comedians. So their thing is to joke. It's not for you to really take personal. I mean, it's really not. And he took that a whole nother way. And the reason why I think he took it the other way is because he wanted to have somebody to take his frustration out on because him and his family publicly been humiliated through the public eye, and that's what I feel. Like he wanted to pretend to be a bully. Like, okay, to keep people from talking about me and my family, I gotta show people now I'm just start slapping motherfuckers. So is this what you gonna go around doing? Because the internet has been trash talking your whole family. So anybody that trash talk your whole family, all of a sudden now you want to be in a position to where you have to show people that this is what y'all do, slap motherfuckers. Because then his son made a tweet saying, "Yeah, this is how we do it. How y'all do it? Because y'all been getting slandered, but that's y'all's fault. You know what I'm saying? Y'all made the choices that y'all wanted to make for y'all marriage, and her cheating and people said he made a joke about her having alopecia. He never mentioned alopecia at all in that clip. So where do you get, I can't wait to see G.I. Jane and taking that for somebody's making fun of somebody who have alopecia? Like, where do you get that from? How do you make that perception is what I'm trying to say. Where do you get that from? How do you even make that perception about something like that? He was dead wrong. He should have thought a little bit more brighter about what it is he was going to do. What you should have did is set your ass in your seat and said out of your mouth while you were still sitting in your seat, keep my name out, wife, keep my wife's name out of your mouth if you felt offended. But how can you feel offended? Because me watching the clip, I don't think he said shit offended or offensive at all. She out the gate had the look on her face that she didn't like what he said. You know what I'm saying? Will Smith, her husband, on the other hand, laughed at the shit. Then all of a sudden, he had to think about some shit real quick. Like, oh snap, I just laughed at it. My wife not really pleased with it. So I got to recoup with some kind of a reason so I can be out of the doghouse for laughing at her or laughing with everybody else at the joke. So he takes himself up there and openly slap his face. Chris Rock didn't see that coming. He didn't even expect that. So I don't think he was being malicious. I don't think he was doing that with intent or ill intent. It was just Will Smith was out of order. He was out of pocket. He was out of pocket for that. And that's my opinion on it. He was downright out of pocket. You out of pocket. And now your family got something else to worry about. Mm-hmm. Now your family got something else to worry about, a lawsuit. How about that? The moment you did that, that was your first worst mistake you could have done. You could have just sat your ass back in your seat and said verbally to him. Then if he would have persistently kept going, which I don't think he would because he said he was not going to do it anymore after he slapped him. But I don't even think he would have did that if you had said that to him verbally. Keep my wife's name out your mouth. He would have let it go. But again, let me let y'all know something. Don't go to a comedian or a comedy show if you have that much. I'm just letting you know, it's not the place for you. Don't go to no comedy show or no comedian show if you don't think that what they do is to pick people out in the crowd to where you're sitting in front row center. If you don't think that they're doing that, you do not belong at a show because that's just what they do. That's part of their job. I mean, he was simply doing his job. He's a certified comedian. He cracked jokes on whomever, whenever. That's his fucking job title. So if you're going to take offense to these comedians or what people say, I mean, people shouldn't take offense to comedians because shit, the regular blue collar motherfucker will talk about you day in and day out. And you don't have no problem with that. So my thing is, since he slapped him, are you going to be slapping everybody else who has something to say about your wife? Are you going to be slapping people from here on out who have something to say about you? Because these are things you weren't doing before. So why would you start to do them now is my thing. So is this what you're going to be doing? He was dead wrong. Now you're going to have to find out a way to apologize to him if he accepts your apology, because I hear that there's going to be lawsuits going forward. And if I was Chris Rock, I would sue him. I know he don't need the money, but I would just sue him on principle because you humiliated him live on television for what? Over something he didn't even offend you. He didn't say shit about your wife. I can see if he said her name and used her name directly, and then said something to the sort of a sense where it could have been offensive. But then, even if that had happened, you should have just sat in your seat and said out loud, like you did when you went back to your seat, keep my name and my wife's name out your mouth. You could have just did that. Now, when a person does that, and then somebody continues on and continues on and continues on, oh, you didn't hear what I said the first time. Now you may need to be slapped or touched. But he should have never did that. That was his worst mistake. And that's just my take on it, y'all. I seen nothing but this on Facebook. People everywhere, everybody's talking about it. Talking about it being the mark of the history on Oscars. Like, and then a lot of people got to understand that sometimes shit be staged. You know what I'm saying? This could have been a staged moment. If it wasn't staged, again, he needed somebody to take frustration out on because he's tired of being dragged publicly because his situation with him and his wife is a public one. Chris Rock ain't the only one that know about that. Everybody, the world knows about y'all whole situation. But again, that is y'all's fault. Y'all thought y'all want to be swingers. Y'all thought y'all want to be poly and doing all this shit in your marriage. That's y'all fault, not the public. And once that's in public eye, I mean, you've given the public an opinion to have at your personal life. I mean, that's just what it is. And I just don't feel bad for him. I feel bad for Chris Rock, though, because you should have seen the look on his face if y'all really watched it. It was really like a look of surprise. Like, did he really just do this on live TV? Like, he just really did this on live TV? Lawsuit is what I see. I see a lawsuit. And I don't see a lawsuit just to be suing to get money. I see a lawsuit just to be doing it off principle because you should have never done it. You should have kept your butt in your seat. And if you felt offended, you could have verbalized that while you were sitting down. And if he kept going, which he didn't say anything, in my opinion, that was very offensive. Oh, she got alopecia. Oh, she got this. He didn't say anything to the nature of her having alopecia. He said he can't wait to see G.I. Jane. That's a movie. What? Where's the joke in that? Somebody explain that. Y'all like, comment, subscribe to this channel. This is my thought. A lot of people have an opinion about it, and that's fine. You are entitled to your opinion, but in my opinion, I feel like he made a mistake. I felt like he was very much out of order. He was out of pocket. He took that too far. And so do a lot of other stars who were in the building, according to my research, looking at their Instagram posts and tweets and everything else. They know he was out of pocket. Chris Rock did not do anything to offend you or your wife. Y'all feel like that because y'all feel like everybody is discussing y'all because everybody knows your personal marital issues and y'all personal marital problems. You felt like that. He wasn't being malicious. Y'all like, comment, subscribe to this channel. Let me know in the comments how y'all feel about it if you saw it. Because like I said, I didn't watch the Oscars. I had to go do the research because I seen this was big buzz in news all down every timeline, every social media platform. Everybody's talking about it. And I had to go back and look at it. And when I looked at it, I'm just thinking like, wow, I felt bad for Chris Rock. Like, seriously, I felt bad for him. Looking at his face and the facial expression he had on his face, it's like almost expression of surprise and a whoa moment. Like, whoa, did this just happen? Did this just happen? Y'all like, comment, subscribe, leave a comment too on the video. I'm finna be out. I'm finna finish my food. I'm out of here, y'all. Peace.